Welcome back everybody to this new video of TechPress. Let's solve your problem fast. So if you feel overwhelmed by your to-do list, Asana is a powerful visual tool that can help you organize tasks, projects, and deadlines with ease. So we're going to show you how to set up your workflow from the scratch and transforming a chaotic list into a clear, actionable plan. So what I wanted to do, of course, is to create an actual account directly here into the structure of Asana. So directly here into Asana, what I'm going to be doing here is to just go directly into Asana. Here's my actual account. I'm going to try to just head back and try to create an actual account real quick. Asana's organizational structure is built into 3 simple levels, which is the team, the projects, and the tasks. Teams are for groups of people, like the marketing or the sales. Projects are where you manage your work, such as the product launch or the website redesign. And tasks are individual actions you needed to complete, like writing a blog post, design a social media graphics, creating a YouTube video. So start by creating your first project. From the sidebar, click into the plus elements. And what you can do is to go for create new project. You can choose from a template or start from a blank site. To help you a little bit with this specific element, what I can suggest to you is to always start with a blank project, because it's going to be really great to use templates because you can see all the features and how it actually works. But the best thing to do here into Asana is that you have your own stuff from scratch, from blank, so you know what exactly are you actually let's say creating or adding. And then as you add them, you wanted to organize, label them, and of course add something, for example, like labels, just a little bit labels. So let's see, for example, here into my project name, let's go for YouTube channel. Privacy, it will be always for my workspace, and go for continue. Now the views that you can add directly from your project in the free version are only this: the overview, the board, and the list. Now, to be honest, the only thing that you need is the overview and the list. So the board it's not that useful. So I'm going to go for create a project. And now for most people, we recommend starting with either the list right away, so as their most intuitive organization during an initial task. So inside this specific element, what you want to do is to add and detail this specific task. So for example, I'm going to head for my first task, and my first task is, for example, create my first YouTube video. Now that I have created and designed my first task, you can assign the task to yourself or to a teammate. In this case, which says assigning, I assign this to myself. And let's say that I'm going to be creating a due date for myself only for 1 week from now. Now you can add more fields if you wanted to. In my case, I think I'm going to be sticking out with this one only. And now let's click directly into this specific element. Now we are now inside this specific task. Now here, to make this process much more faster, it's going to be really important to write a professional, concise description of the task purpose. So what is this task about? Let's say creating a YouTube video about, I don't know, maybe medical support in Latin America, something like that, right? So this is exactly what I'm going to be generating here. You can create subtasks inside your first YouTube video. For example, my first subtask would be creating a script to voice over. So after this subtask has now been successfully done, I can now start by recording the actual video. Then I can start by editing. Then we can use sections and tags for even a better organization. So to keep your project clean and professional, we can use sections to group related tasks. So for a project like this one, you could have sections for content creation, development, and testing, right? So here into recently assigned, I have my due date, and here into my projects is going to be appearing only the new YouTube channel. You can add this into some more projects, but I'm still going to just stick around in here. Then I can even create, for example, more and check out all the tracking of my activity. Now into the section that says add a comment, I can totally suggest to use this field to always use this element by adding, for example, the bullet list, for example, for things that you needed to do before getting started with my first subtask. For example, creating a script for voiceover. Let's say that I wanted to hire somebody to generate my script. And then I needed to purchase a computer. I needed, of course, to purchase, I don't know, a microphone, right? So I hit put comment, and when I click directly in here, I can see that we already have this comment. So this specific element tells me that I am inside this element. So if I go like this, 3 dots, I can delete the comment and I don't see this anymore. That means that I no longer have really anything directly in here, right? So the next thing to do that you can do, of course, is to have flexible organization. So we can use custom tags or fields. For example, you can create a tag for high priority or client feedback to quickly filter your sort of that. So let's say, for example, into my new task should be, let's say, create a second video. Inside here, I assign this to myself, and I'm going to be changing this for the actual board. And directly in here, when I click into my second half of the video, what I can do is to even add my tags, for example, and this is, for example, the tag for YouTube. And I have an actual color. So this is going to be really great because I'm going to be tagging all this stuff that is going to be listed directly and only focusing, for example, into YouTube. I have more for TikTok, I have more for Instagram, and so much more. So basically, these are just a few steps that you can do to organize all your lists directly here into Asana. There are more things to come. For example, there's the reporting inside where you can just try them out. There's the portfolios and the goals. Unfortunately, these are only for a paid subscription task. So you can stick around with the home version, which I think is going to be really great because you have everything you need to know when it comes to organize your own tasks. So hopefully guys, it was very useful information for you. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more great tools how we can get started directly here into Asana. Thank you guys so much. Have some fun. See you next time.